Hello and welcome. Today is Wednesday, the 13th of April 2016. My name is Chris Ellis. I'm coming at you with probably one of the last installments of Not Just Made in China Stage 2, which is the art project stroke crowdfund that I've been doing since December. And yeah, just to really document the building of the last few nodes. I have a node here currently just being stress tested without a case. So that's just a bare one. I wanted to kind of document building the cases because that's kind of more symbolic. So yeah, we have some more Raspberry Pis to be built. We've also got the big screen up here. So it's an old television that I had mounted on the wall in my temporary accommodations so that I can, you know, it's better than lugging a monitor around. I just thought an old-fashioned TV would be good. So yeah, I've been running the Raspberry Pi 3 and stress testing it with this little Samsung memory stick. It's 128 gigabytes there. The link to that is in the description below. Anything you purchase using the links in the description will help us out because they're Amazon affiliate links, but they don't cost you any more, just helps support the project. And we should be joined shortly by Ajan from Thailand, who he says he's going to bring some novices, people that he's teaching how to use the Raspberry Pi in his monastery in Thailand. I wanted to give a few general updates. One update on Alakanani is that sadly she had to let go of the building that she was renting for Satoshi Center. She's going to have to relocate. So I'm currently working with her on that. She's still benefiting hugely from the internet that we provided her with, and she is soon going to transfer that over to the new premises when she has found somewhere suitable. The Fullnodes themselves have gone far and wide. I'm just going to give you some proof of work and show you where things are. So yeah, we've sent them all over the world. There's one just about to arrive in Delhi with Sam. And also Indonesia we've sent to, Mexico, and the Philippines as well, Henry. So Henry, who spends half of his time in the Philippines, is going to take his full node here back to the Philippines with him to leave that running. Plus, we also wanted to give a shout out to Whalepool on TeamSpeak. It's Flipper's new TeamSpeak channel for anyone who's interested in trading or talking about the philosophy of Bitcoin. Just install TeamSpeak and then just put that into the server details and hang out with the guys there. Also, yeah, I've been testing out the latest release candidate of Bitcoin on the Raspberry Pi 3, and it is twice as fast. I did a bench test again last night. It downloaded the first 210,000, I beg your pardon, 210,000 blocks within an hour. And just to put that into perspective, the old configuration that we were using, that would take about 12, no, I'm exaggerating, it's about 10 hours to achieve that same number of blocks. So to get the first 120,000 blocks, this is actually the video of it doing it here on the 1 hour mark. So this is approaching 60 minutes of on time from a cold start. So it didn't have the blockchain initially when I first started. And it started downloading. That took 1 hour compared to the 10 hours that it took me last night to sync a Raspberry Pi 2 using the old software with the old memory stick. So this new configuration with the Samsung memory stick, with the Raspberry Pi 3, with the new version of Bitcoin, which is only a beta at the moment, it's just a release candidate, it's not finished yet. That looks like it's running orders of magnitude faster than the old configuration, which just goes to show how quickly this industry is moving. I'm also using as my sort of pizza base, if you like, that's how the analogy I'm using, is I'm using OKToshi's Bitcoin Fullnode OS. I may choose to continue using it, I may not. The downsides to it is that it is a little bit big. It's 5 gigabytes and it compresses down to 2 gigabytes. And my version of the OS is much slimmer. And as a result, it doesn't take up as much memory. It's quicker to download. It's only about 900 megabytes, so half the size when it's compressed. So I haven't decided yet. There are advantages to using OKToshi's software, though. First of all, he's incredibly hardworking, and he's done a very good job on his OS. And I trust that he's going to keep, doing upgrades and improving it and so on. And also he's got Qt5 and I only use Qt4 because Qt5 you have to compile it the same way you do with Bitcoin. I just haven't had the time to do that. So I've just been using his as a base image for research for the next batch that I might do at some point in the future. And yeah, and just more Fullnodes of just people tweeting out, saying like, yeah, got my Fullnode, got it up and running, it's all cool. And so only about 3 more to send now, and then we're done. And I'm sorry to the remaining 3 who have got it last. Sorry, there's some beeping outside. But it's just, yeah, it was just so much I had on my plate with South Africa, and then that whole bug with the Wi-Fi and everything really caught me off guard. And so just now sending them out by FedEx because that'll just be super quick. And even Sam, you know, he should get his in Delhi, you know, in the next day or 2. So that's really exciting. And we're joined by Ollie. Ollie, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How's it going? What's that?
For the link thing, I didn't know it was actually in a live stream yet.
Yeah, you're live. You're live. There's no going back. And I saw your dad is working hard on the Pi stack. He's building a cluster of Pis.
Yeah, yeah, it's quite good. I heard he's getting all the Pis together. I think he ordered a few more now, actually.
Yeah, it looks really impressive. He's been sending me pictures.
Is it? Oh,
yeah, cool. I think it's supposed to be a surprise for you. I think he's been sending them to me just to see what I think.
Yeah, I know about it anyway, but yeah, I don't know what they look like actually. So he might be getting 3 more Pis today. He said he ordered some yesterday on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Good idea, actually. You see that one, the OK2 she put up, the really big one, loads of them, with the lights and everything.
Oh yeah. I think there's not much point in running more than 1 or 2 Bitcoin Fullnodes on one IP address, but there's certainly, if you wanted to run like an IPFS server and you wanted to, yep, OpenBazaar.
OpenBazaar.
Yeah.
I've got it on my computer, so I just need to get it running on the Fullnode.
Yep. So yeah, I'm going to start. Whilst we're talking, I'm just going to start cracking on with building more of the Fullnodes. I'm going to build more than I need because I'm going to send a few more out to other places. Because I haven't sent out all of the pledge nodes yet. I've only sent out 4 or 5 of them, and there's still another 4 or 5 to send. But that's because I want to send them to places where I trust that they're going to be looked after, and I haven't, you know, yet established, you know, enough trusted people that I would, you know, want to hang out on the Slack and, you know, talk to us on the GitHub and give us feedback on how it's performing with the local internet and so on. So yeah, just going to burn another operating system.
Have you got OpenBazaar working on the Pi or not?
I haven't had time yet. No, I would love to.
When you have it, you're going to put it on the GitHub.
Yeah, I mean it's fairly easy though, right? Did you install it?
No, not yet on the Pi. But I've been here, haven't I? I've not really.
Oh yeah.
I'm at today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably do it when I get home or tomorrow. Something. Yeah, it'd be good because I might put something out and get a page about it if I do. Do it. Don't know if anyone else has so.
Yeah. So this is going to be one of those slow shows where we do a little bit of this, and yeah. So this is where I keep all of my. You can see my basic folder structure. I've got my projects, not just made in China, and these are my images. And the image that we're interested in is the Fullnode IMG, which I made on the 30th of March. And so the first thing we're going to do, just to remind everyone, disk util list, which is just going to list all of our disks. And you can see that I'm using whole disk encryption, which I encourage you to do too. And then you do disk util, you mount capital D disk and dev, and then disk 2. Unmounts it, and then I can just go up with the up arrow to toggle through some of my previous commands. I don't have to type all of this out again, but you can see that there. Let me just stretch this out so it's all on one line. Yeah, so sudo, super user, or substitute user do. Disk destroyer is the command, dd. And the input, if equals the Fullnode OS, and then the space of the output is going to be onto dev disk 2, which is the memory stick you just saw me plug in. And the block size is going to be 4096, and we're going to say no errors, stop on error, and sync, as in write directly to disk. So do that in. Type in your extremely entropic password, and away you go. So this takes a little bit of time. If you're on a Mac and you've got Brew installed, you can do Control-T, and it will tell you the progress. That won't work on Linux as standard. There's a different command you've got to type. It's a bit longer. It takes longer for me to type out, but I will post that up on the GitHub as I get more documentation prepared and ready and working and stuff. So I only need to make about 4 today, but I'm going to probably make more. I've got a whole box here full of Fullnodes. Well, still full of the cases, I should say, ready to be built. We've had a few casualties. We've had a few things that had to be thrown away. This poor Raspberry Pi was dead on arrival, so I'm going to try and send that back. But mostly it's been all right. And also we had a fan here that was just really noisy for some reason. It was just noisier than all the other fans. So I'm going to do one more test on that and then maybe chuck it. The cases that arrive broken, these Tontec ones, sometimes they arrive like they've got little cracks in them and stuff. What I usually do is I don't send them back because they come all the way from Hong Kong. So usually what I do is I just keep hold of them, and then I'll just reuse some of these platters in another one that gets broken. So if one comes with a broken top, I'll just take one that's got a fixed top, and I'll just do that, because it's not worth the admin and the time and me posting them all the way back to Hong Kong and waiting, 12 days for a returns thing. So yeah, I'm going to point this down, and Ollie, you can just say what you want. I'm just going to do what I've been doing before. And
when you run make, are you going to stop and start?
When I what, sorry?
When you run make later on, you can just stop the live stream and go again in like an hour or so.
When I run
make, when you're in the you're in Linux.
Yeah, but I don't need to do another make.
Alright, you're not making the operating system.
No. I've got that on a disk image now, so I don't need to do that anymore. Yeah, I don't. So we're joined by Ajan. How you doing? You there? You got a bit of noise coming from your direction. A bit dark. What time is it in Thailand?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm going to join in my phone outside because my room's so small I can't get 5 people in here. So we'll
okay, mate.
join on the other channel in 5 minutes, okay?
Okay, mate. Sure. See you in a bit. So breaking open a new Raspberry Pi 2, and I'm still working out the numbers on the next batch. I'm going to have to take some time off as well because my headaches are getting slightly worse. I did stop taking the sedatives for a while, but I'm back on them now. So that's how I'm able to do this today, but they're quite heavy duty. So I might, after I've done this batch, I might take like a week away from the computer, no internet, no phone, anything, and see if I can restore back to some sanity. And then I will have a think about, I will upload a spreadsheet. How about I upload a spreadsheet and show you all the costs of production, and then you can decide what a good price for a new full node with a Raspberry Pi 3 on it, because it is a bit more expensive at the moment. They are about £32 at retail, and you don't get a lot of discount wholesale, I can tell you that. You're almost better off just going on eBay and picking a couple up from a warehouse somewhere. And then also we need to think about the blockchain size, because we're now at 70 gigabytes. When we started, we were at 60, so, or 58 actually, when I made my first one. So the blockchain is getting bigger, and I need to work out what I'm going to do, because at the moment the 256 gigabyte memory options are still just a bit too expensive. They're still coming in at about £50. I need that to get below 40 realistically to get this to work. So I'm going to wait. They are coming down quite quickly in price, but I don't want to sell people a device that isn't, where you're going to have to replace the memory after, 6 months or something. I want you to have at least a year of usage without needing to upgrade. Any creative options, things like we could do little buybacks, and we could send them out to other countries where 128 gigabytes is quite a lot of memory for them. We could stick Wikipedia on it. We could do all kinds of fun stuff. So any creative ideas about how to repurpose the old memory sticks would be much appreciated.
Hi, Chris, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Hello.
How are you doing?
It's Bots.
My name is Bot.
Hi there, Bots. How are you doing?
Hello.
Can you hear me okay?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Slim.
Can you see this one? His
Yes.
name is Slim.
Slim?
Can you speak English? You can speak English? Can you say hello?
Hello.
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 And we got, Ollie, we got two more.
I know.
You see, you know how small my room is. They got four of them in the same small room next door. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah. Well, hey, they're novices. They don't get their own room. They're not monks. Yeah,
Right.
So this, can you introduce yourself? Come over by the light. Yeah. You can speak. You can say hello.
Hello.
Or Thai. Putภาษา Thai ได้
สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ
What's your
Hello.
name?
คน
Nepon. And your name is
ฟอร์ม
Form. Boss, which is good because he's the big guy. In fact, he's bigger than me. And they called this young guy here, they called him Scary. But I don't like that name. I'm going to call him Slim.
Okay,
So
Slim.
So we're going to try to hope and catch you guys over the next week and maybe have a fun hangout, not when you're busy. We just wanted to say hello.
Yeah.
Wish you Happy New Year from Thailand.
Great.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you.
Good to meet you.
Thanks, bud.
Ah, cool.
Join you on your computer.
Yeah, okay. See you in a sec. We are global. When we said the World Crypto Network, you thought we were joking. We're not joking. It really is the World Crypto Network for everyone. South Africa, Botswana, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, all over the place. So now I'm just putting the fan in. The fan is quite
Research
tricky.
on words in Thai, like hello, and what they mean, what they are.
Yeah, we're basically forking the UN. It's impossible to learn all these languages.
And the basic of the language is quite good though.
Yeah, to learn the basics.
But even
Hello.
programming is kind of a language, Python.
It is, yeah. Well, basically, it's just English with less syntax, really. That's all it is.
Functionalities.
Hi. Are you getting any feedback from
A little bit. We've got a little bit of noise.
Yeah, it must be the computer because it was fine on the telephone, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it was okay on the telephone.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You need to get yourself a headset. Get yourself a headset.
I've got a headset. That's why I'm saying it must be the computer. It doesn't seem to matter what I do with this computer.
Oh, right.
So Well, I got it for free, so I can't complain. Yeah, so you can see the English is very basic here.
Yeah.
But am I correct in thinking that all coding happens in English?
Yes, it does, I'm afraid. Yay, colonialism.
Okay. No,
Yes.
that's perfect. So if they want to code, they want to do anything, they have to learn some English.
Yeah. But a lot of non-English speakers do obviously know how to code. So it's quite common, for example, India, where English is their second language or third language.
Yeah,
Just realised I put this one back to the front. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I'm saying you don't code in Chinese or in Japanese. It's all the coding.
No, I don't believe. I mean, there might be that I just don't know about. But not that I'm aware of. I mean, the only programming languages I'm aware of are in English. I would be amazed if there weren't alternatives, but okay. I put this one on back to front, so gotta undo it and just put it back in. Very annoying. So what sort of equipment do you have out there, John? You've got the Raspberry Pi or more than one Raspberry Pi, Raspberry Pi 3?
The Raspberry Pi 3 is for an elder monk who's leaving on the 18th to go back to America. So I had a friend, Bacon, he's done the Rocos OS system on it, on the card.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't opened the card up or anything yet. So the only thing I have to show Papa Monk is how to expand the file system. And I'd like him just to sit with me and do that. And then
Okay.
I'll copy the drive, I'll copy the system, and I'll have a copy of Rocos so I don't have to compile and download.
Yeah.
But I've got 2 Raspberry Pis, I have 3 laptops. And Papa Monk wants to give me a small laptop. If I do get to Uganda, he'd like me to donate it to people over there. So, and I've got somebody coming in from Cambodia who wants to give me another laptop for whatever use I see fit. The ones I've got are just, one's got a broken camera, one's got the phone jack, the earphone jack won't work. But apart from that, it's the computers are just older, a little bit heavy to carry around. The batteries aren't great, so if I'm just sitting in my room, I can test things out, try different Linux systems, which has been interesting. Tried Linux Mint.
Trying out different distros.
Yeah, well, I encoded Linux Mint because I really liked it, and I thought I'm going to encrypt the whole drive, and now I forgot the password.
Linux Mint is my favorite. Yeah.
I really like. I think it was Fedora Mate. It looked quite slim, and I'm going to probably play around with that more. But I was quite impressed with it. Doesn't take much to impress me though.
Yeah.
What happened to Ollie?
Oh, he's gone. He's dropped off. His connection has dropped off by the looks of it.
Yeah, we got a big day tomorrow. We have a Paddy Mocha chance in the morning. Then we've got like an arms collection, and we'll have all the people from the village will come to the large sala, large eating hall. There'll be mountains of food. We've all had our heads shaved today. And then we'll have a ceremony again at 11. And then we've usually got visitors for the whole day. And then evening chants. And then like tonight the boys are just having a shower, they're off to bed. So it's a tough shift for the young lads. And that's what I say, I was learning computers, but they have to learn the tempo stuff as well, and the school work.
Yeah.
I think we're going to try and make a slideshow, taking the photos. They will do the chanting, we'll have Ajan's video camera, and we'll try to cut those three things together and make a short 5-minute chant or something, just to let them do some work on the computer and try and make it.
Yeah, sounds good.
So how many pies are you building?
1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 or 6 I might do. I don't need that many, but this is the rest of my stock before I take a break and maybe get the Raspberry Pi 3 as the next batch. Because I haven't decided yet whether I like the Raspberry Pi 3, as you know, because I don't like the fact that you can't air gap it.
Well, you can't. It's a snip. Yeah, you can.
Yes, I mean, we could, yeah. I mean, if it's easy enough to do and I can do it en masse, then yeah, I could just physically remove the Wi-Fi. But I don't want it to look messy if I do that. I mean, I'd have to look at the Raspberry Pi 3. I mean, I've got one over here. I can take a look at it and see how it's built.
I've got Apples, but I don't want to take the Wi-Fi out. The reason I told them to buy the Pi 3 is because it comes with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well, that's okay if that's your primary, thing. But like, if you're using Bitcoin and you might be using it to do like offline wallets and stuff, I can definitely see why you wouldn't want there to be. You'd want a physical air gap between the Wi-Fi and, you want the option of plugging it in, but you don't. You can disable it in the BIOS, but I don't know. It's not the same. Like I still want a physical.
The CIA and the FBI can re-enable it. No, I'm cutting it out. If I do it, it's getting cut out. That's what I've done with one of the cameras on one of the laptops. I don't need to put a sticker over it. It's got no wires and no.
Yeah.
The camera's there. If I ever want to reconnect it, I can do that for somebody else when I hand the laptop over to somebody else. But for me, it's just easier. I don't often need the camera.
Yeah.
And I just heard you mentioning about your going to take a week off from the computer.
Yeah, because I didn't really do that in Germany, not properly, and these headaches are getting worse, and I'm finding it incredibly difficult. It's I'm okay today because I took some more sedatives last night after I hadn't taken them for a while, but it's been getting to the point where I haven't been able to get out of bed, I haven't been able to move, so I'm gonna just try and focus on myself for a week. Let's see what I can do.
Well, I think that's the problem is getting sedatives and painkillers isn't really a problem. It's getting off them.
Yeah, but the thing is, I can't function without them, because even if it wasn't for the tolerance to them, that's not really my problem. That's a pain, but it's not the main problem. The main problem is that the pain that I do suffer from is so debilitating that I can't function properly without taking these very powerful medications, and that's obviously not something I can continue to do for the next 30 years of my life. It's something that I've got to find the cause of what's causing my migraine so that I can treat that, because it's not normal for a migraine to last 10 months, right? There's clearly something wrong. It's just that no one can tell me what it is.
That's the same. My shoulder's been a lot better. I'm going to get another little session of therapy.
Yeah.
I can do so much myself, but with the rear of the shoulder, it really needs a second person to be doing the pushing. All the work that's on the top or at the front, I've learned to do it by myself. I think the herbal acupressure is great, and the herbal remedies. Have you tried acupuncture for your pain relief?
No, I haven't. No. I haven't. I mean, there have been so many options and things that I, would have had, but I haven't tried everything yet. I probably will get around to trying a little bit of everything at one stage.
Well, acupuncture might just be something as simple as a 20-minute session, and you'll know right away whether it works or not. So whether
Yeah.
you continue it, so you won't get addicted to acupuncture.
No. No, but it's just pain relief. That doesn't cure the long-term problem.
Have you been wearing your neck brace?
No, because that actually makes it worse. I need to get a different one made, I've been told. One that pulls my lower jaw back. Because apparently I stick my lower jaw out a bit too far, and that can put pressure on the muscles and stuff. There's another one. And so yeah, there's a lot I've got to try and work out and do.
The art gallery, Dustin.
Yeah,
He-
Dustin.
He'd asked me to take some pictures on my way to a Bitcoin trade. Now, I don't use local Bitcoin very often, so it was a 150-kilometre round trip. I posted the pics up. I'm just starting now to add descriptions of where I am and what's going on. And I was surprised in the first 12 hours or so there was about nearly 400 views.
Wow.
So, yeah, they're saying, well, there's nothing to do with Bitcoin there, but people need to understand that for places like this, there isn't Bitcoin signs and things to include in the photographs. And I want people to understand, most people are not going to go to 150 kilometers just so they can obtain some Bitcoin. It's important for me because I want to set up my Abbott wallet. I want to send it. I mean, when I'm opening somebody's wallet, I want to send them like $3 or $5 and have them send $1 back to me, and then I send it to their bits, my Celium wallets, and we're moving a few dollars around. So if I do 3 or 4 of them and I pick a couple of shows, it's not like I get out this money coming back. So I save it up, I get a $50 or $20 or $100, whatever money I can get, and especially I had a $100 note this time, so I didn't even have a bank transfer option. I met somebody at the immigration department, which is easy to find. Doesn't make for a whole interesting series of photos, but the journey itself, I will try and do a more interesting one when I'm maybe on foot.
Yeah.
Try and get more temples and more sort of Thai things in it. But yeah, I think it's quite a nice idea for a project. Not everybody would like the metadata out there and stuff, so I haven't included anything from the traders. I've just done my own side. And I think Dustin will bring it up on Lab or one of the shows. They can discuss that with other people. I don't know how to scrape the data.
Yeah.
And with Janine, she's usually on the show.
Janine is occupied at the moment. She's busy, so she's not with us today, but she'll be back soon enough.
To do the control box.
Yeah. But yeah, I would love to do a show, with those guys, with the novices, and they can come on air, and just need to get your microphone situation sorted out, and then I think we're good.
Well, I won't do it on this computer because I've tried 3 different headsets on it.
Right.
And it's always the same, like low-level hum or something. It must be down in the machine. It's a Sony computer.
Yeah. God, these ones are really difficult to get.
And if it's my fan that's causing the hum, I can't turn the fan off. I'll melt.
Yeah. It's 40 degrees where you are, isn't it? The centigrade.
I think it was 44 today.
Right.
It's well, this is the time of year when they do this water festival. So they're throwing ice cold water over each other and having massive fights. It's the whole place is in a war. That's why my computers are locked up in the room.
Right.
Yeah. Even going outside, people carrying their passports and stuff like that. I had a problem one year. The German passport control when I was on my way home. He wasn't happy. Like, you'll be swimming with this one? You couldn't read any of the stamps inside. It was all soggy.
Yeah.
And are you using this Rocos?
No, not for these ones. I'm using Rocos as an experiment to see whether it makes for a good sort of base image, because OK Toshi's done such a good job on, putting Qt5 and all the latest stuff on his version. The only problem is my version's much slimmer. It's a much smaller disk image. It's half the size, less than half the size of his one. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't decided yet. I just want to do some more experimenting, bench testing. It'd be interesting to see if his operating system is faster than my one, for example. If it is, then that would be a major consideration. And also Max Kaiser wants us to put startcoin onto the Fullnode software, which I've said is fine in principle, as long as the user gets, an opt-in situation where they're not forced to use a currency that they don't want to use. But startcoin are giving people bounties for hosting startcoin nodes, so you get free startcoins. The reason I think startcoin is worthwhile is because you use it on the StartJoin platform, so it's not as if it's a entirely useless currency. You can use it on Max's own crowdfunding website, so it's got a purpose, and I think that's the most important thing behind a cryptocurrency, is that it has some purpose behind it.
Yeah, Let's Talk Bitcoin just had a good episode about tokens.
Yeah.
Stephanie Murphy and the token, like, they were discussing that and in general, and it was a really good show. I'm going to try and listen again, because a lot of times when they're discussing this stuff, if I listen to that bit and try and understand it, I miss the next part. So it sometimes takes me to re-listens, depending on the topics. But that interests me, because I think tokens are here to stay. And Let's Talk Bitcoin is, I would say, a major show. It's a great platform. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of stuff might go through them. And,
Yeah, we're talking about vouchers.
yeah.
And that's all they are. The difference is that, money isn't everything voucher, where you can spend it anywhere, and vouchers can only be spent with a particular merchant, which is fine as long as there's some perk, as long as there's a reason for you to want them in the first place, because if there's no reason for you to want them, then what's the point?
Yeah, well,
You may as well just use money. You may as well just use Bitcoins.
well, like Tatiana coin,
Yeah.
that, and if you get, she'll take her coins back. So if that's what I said. The whole show was about tokens in general. It was very interesting. So I'll be listening to that one again, and kind of see how this project runs with I think it's a good idea. The the journey or the trek involved. Because if you went to a local Bitcoin trade, it probably takes you 5 or 10 minutes. It took me almost 10 hours. So most people in rural areas or where Bitcoin's not easy just to trade up locally, just
Yeah.
won't go into trouble, and it will put people off. I mean, it's, yeah. I'm sure if I deal with the expat community and things like that, I can do stuff online. But like my habit, he can't do it online. He'll say to me that if I give you 1,000 back, can you get it on my phone? And I think that seems to be the most common problem I get. I say, but how do I get it on my phone? How do I get my money into the phone? And
Yeah.
so even the expats and Americans and Irish lads that I've spoken to, that's the bit you don't get. Yeah, if I'm sitting next to you, you can do it, but how do I do it when I'm back home? So I've been advising people to use local Bitcoin. I don't really know any other way of doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, local Bitcoins is good. I mean, I did it with the taxi drivers in South Africa where I got them, using it, and then I got everyone to donate to them so that they got, some coins straight away, which is good. It's a feel-good factor, and it gives them an incentive then to find an exchange for themselves and learn it for themselves.
Oh, and Ali Kanani's talk at that.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah, well, that's really the first time I've heard her speak with the audio's clear. There's no problems on the internet, and her story in itself. I mean, that's quite a fascinating story. And
yeah,
you got any plans to go back out there?
Yes, I do, but obviously I've got to make sure my health is okay first, because if I'm going to go into the middle of the desert, I want to make sure that I'm okay. Yeah, I would love to go back.
Witch doctors. Now, see, you haven't yet. You could be going to the right place. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, John. I don't know about witch doctors.
I'm sure you'll get plenty of offers anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
How much were your little Tontec clear cases?
They're about 10. They retail at $10.99. I buy them in bulk. They're very cute little cases. I really love them. I think they're amazing. I think it looks really good. The fan, some people have said the fan's a bit annoying. I mean, if you're sleeping in the same room as the Fullnode, you probably want to unplug the fan. I've tried to include as many heat sinks with the
not in Thailand, yeah.
What?
When you unplug a fan, let's just say all my fans are on full blast. The windows
right.
It is hot.
Yeah.
It's not that the air cooling you. It's just that you have no air movement.
Yeah.
No, we can get little plastic cases here, little acrylic. It looks very similar, but it doesn't have the fan cut out.
Right.
I can't remember what I paid for it. First thing I done before I assembled it was go around all the parts. So if I get the opportunity to get on a laser cutter or I go to a show or something, anybody got something they want made, I'll be the first in the queue. Yeah? Put that in. You make me some of them. So, and I seen a maker space in Chiang Mai. It was awesome. Laser cutters, tool shop in the back. It's in this dingy looking little soy, like a place that you wouldn't go down if there was no signs. But when I got there, what an awesome place. I'll be going back up on the 19th. I'm going to try and meet the owner or the investor. He's done I think it's a TED talk He's on YouTube. His name is Matthew Stein, M-A-T-I, S-A-N-G. And his talk is about advertising, very good with their hands at adapting things and modifying, like the long-tail boats and the tuk-tuks, the things that they do are hands-on. And as we said, ties are not going to be lead developers in coding, app making and stuff, but the makerspace is ideal for them. I spoke with the manager at the shop, spent about an hour looking around, and they've combined it with they called it Pun Space, P-U-N, Pun Space.
Fun space, okay.
That was like an office concept of a makerspace where you've got tables and monitors you can hire, desks, offices, Skype rooms, conference rooms. Very, very nice. And I think they're like partners, so that the one's upstairs, one's downstairs. And I think, wow, that's a real person with vision. And obviously put a lot of money in.
Yeah.
I think the laser cutter was 200,000. A lot of money. And there was nobody there when I went. No, not one person in the shop. A few expats. Apparently, Chiang Mai is the digital nomad capital of Thailand.
Ah. Okay.
Himself. I know that Chiang Mai has a nice expat scene for writers and maybe painters and people doing research. It's a nice environment. It's up in the mountains. And, love that. More scenic. It's got a good scene. The jazz club, music nights, quiz nights. So the brands seem to have a much better community rather than just drinking and enjoying yourself. So I didn't realise so many people made it their place to maybe go off and do a project where they're writing or composing and stuff. But looking at the whole place and the investment, he must have known that he can make money somewhere down the line. He won't make it all quickly, but as a long-term investment, I think it's exactly what's needed for a lot of communities. In Bangkok, they've got everything that they need. But if you're not in Bangkok or Phuket or Pattaya, the three main tourist destinations, things start to get a little bit thin on the ground. People like that must take a lot of courage to put your money out into a rural area when you know you could do it in a main city.
Yes.
Get your money back. But that means you have to be in the main city and traffic and everything. So, yeah, I wish him every success if he gets to watch our shows. Yeah, good on him. I'm going to try and meet him for probably 19th or 20th this month. He's educated in America and he's been in Thailand 15 years.
Yeah, cool. I think South Africa's got the same thing, where in the rural regions everyone gets forgotten about. There's no investment. It's not connected to a municipality,
Well, maybe South Africa is the place in Africa. Other countries, if you want something, you have to maybe go to South Africa or have a ship from South Africa to Europe. And Thailand is a great hub for that, and Bangkok's the hub centre. But Chiang Mai. I know one Thai lady up there. She lost her husband a few years ago. That's how I met her. Help with the cremation, speaking with an American family, arrange dates, travel things. So, someone like her who's got really good English, excellent. If she could get her head around the Bitcoin idea, then she could go along to all the businesses, ask them, why don't you I'll help you set up a wallet. That would be a great business for one or two Thais. yeah, to promote the places, because they've got the expat community, and like me, I could use my Bitcoin there, yeah. So getting the ties involved, it's going to be real difficult. They don't know what Bitcoin is. They're just about learning what QR codes are, and I think the Line app is the most popular thing here, and I don't use it. But my abbot showed me something today, and one of his messages comes through, and it's encrypted. And he asked me, "How do you use it?" And I don't know. It's not an app that I use, but I will try and find out, because he's now got 2 or 3 people, and they're sending him messages in the lock, and he doesn't know how to unlock them. He probably has to create a cryptographic key or something in Line. But
He's using encryption on his phone or something, or
no, Line, the Line, you know the Line app?
no?
Oh, Line is Line, Line.
Okay.
It's massive here. But it lets you connect to your, it's just like a messaging or text service, yeah. But it's only the numbers in your phone that will connect with you. So if he puts out a picture of all his friends in his group, it's everybody else. So the Thais love it. It's so popular here. But it means every person who's got your phone number can add you and message it. So I deleted everything from Line. So how it works, I don't know, but it is, I think it's a Japanese app.
Yeah.
This is very popular throughout the world. But it seems to be the number 1. Facebook, Line, and they've got some other Thai version or something. And that's the 3, and it's very much telephone oriented. So the problem for me with Apple, you might be able to help. My Ajan doesn't know his password. So we can access all our emails and do everything on the iPhone, iPad, but he can't download an app because it keeps saying you got to sign in some Apple number.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Apple, could you reassign that onto my email address so that I can help my abbot, because he really can't. I mean, he's got a backlog of, I don't know, 25,000 photos I got out of his phone. I'm trying to persuade him, if you could just sign up to an app where it loads it up automatically, yeah?
Yeah.
And then it says, what's your number? And it's, Dan, whose email did you tie this? I don't know. Who set that up for you? I don't know. I think it was somebody in America. I don't know. So I don't know what Apple's going to do.
It's going to do another memory card now. Yeah, I've probably made too many of these Fullnodes now. I'm going to have to sell some of these independently. I think I've bought too many. But I'll just have to find some more places to pledge them to. But you don't need any, do you? You've got quite a few where you are by the sounds of it.
Not, no, I've got pies. I mean, I'd rather just keep the pies for being pies, just for
okay, so do you want me to send you a Fullnode then?
My problem is internet. Now, I have a friend who wants to buy one. Internet.
No, they're pledged. Someone's already paid for them.
No, I said my problem is internet.
Oh,
now,
internet, okay.
Now, if I can ask a friend in Europe, you know, people say, would you mind if I plug this into the back of your modem? I'm sure many people will help me.
Yeah.
So all I need to know is, would it be better to have them spread out the country, or is it better to have like 6 in Bangkok
Well, it's better that they're spread out, but it's okay just to have it in Bangkok. If you had like 2 or 3 in Bangkok, would be fine. Just check on the Bitnodes website to see how many are there already, if at all. And you've got a VPN as well. I mean, the thing you've got to be careful of is, yeah, VPN is important just in case it's not viewed favorably by whoever might be, you know, looking at what you're doing on the internet. But yeah, you're just looking for a local node that can relay transactions from within the country.
Yeah. And that's, I've got friends who, you know, my friends are maybe working on programs, doing computer stuff. So
Yeah.
they would understand. I just want to plug this in. And their internets are on 24/7. And some temples are as well. I mean,
Yeah.
I can ask a temple, because normally the routers in an office or somewhere.
Yeah. Well, you're only, with Bitcoin, you're only using 144 megabytes a day in order to keep parity, because we can put the settings in the config so that it doesn't use too much internet. You can say how many blocks you want to reload, or how many megabytes per day you want it to aim for. So you can set it to 144 megabytes a day, which isn't a tremendous amount, really.
No, our phone packages are unlimited. We're not.
Oh, okay.
We get
Great.
a landline phone. That's what I say. If I join the show on my telephone, I have to use up my data package. But if I'm on the temple Wi-Fi, that's as much as you like. The
Yeah.
problem is, if it gets switched off, if it's raining. But I mean, okay, I can connect to 5 or 6 different nets as they go on and off. But it's been frustrating trying to hook up with the pies, yeah,
Right.
because I can get the pie on one network and I'm on another, and I'm wondering why I can't shelter it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm right on the limit of the Wi-Fi from the office. Yeah, I've got to have like a dongle hanging out the window, because my room has mesh screens for mosquitoes.
Uh-huh.
It also blocks
It blocks the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and I can have mosquitoes and Wi-Fi, or no mosquitoes and limited Wi-Fi. Everything I've got just seems to be nearly there. So, but I think if I get out to Uganda, that would be probably a 4 or 5 month project. I got to stay in one place for 3 or 4 months for the rainy season. So
Okay.
that would be a perfect time to set up a community, like Alakanani's done, like a community hall
Yeah.
outside the temple, so we can invite Christians and whatever, Islam. I'm more interested in teaching the kids life skills and everything. If they want to come across to the temple and learn about Buddhism or meditation, that's fine. But when I'm outside, I want to focus on education.
Yeah.
So I've got enough bits, and as I said, what's his James? Is it James DeAngelo?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he's in Uganda, and I look at another one.
Yeah, I think his wife is from Uganda, I believe. I might be mistaken. But he did a video there. He commissioned or was part of a documentary which I watched on YouTube, which was really, really good. I've got a dirty case. I just need to clean this case. It's got a bit of smudging on it, something from the factory. I don't know. Yeah, so it would be good to talk to him.
And the other one is ihackcharities.org. Have you heard of them?
Nope, I have not.
Oh, you've got to go on their site. I can't remember the name of the person. He spoke at a DEF CON, and it's ihackcharities.org.
Okay.
And they've got a project in Uganda. So that's making me feel real comfortable about getting involved in pies or tech out there, because if there's somebody that spoke at DEF CON in Uganda doing projects, then I know I'm not hanging myself out there on my own. I know that there's somebody that can probably give advice or help me out of
Yeah.
a hole if I'm getting a problem. Oh, the anti-static caught out, is it?
There's some kind of like resin remainder from the factory that's smudging on the plastic, and I'm just cleaning it up.
QC sticker.
See, I do this properly. Ah, it's got a little bit of a... That cracks or no? Okay, I'm probably going to not use this case. I don't know, that's so tiny. It's not a crack, it's just there's some kind of leftover where they've glued something or something and it's just kind of left on it. I'll do it for now and then I'll change it later if it shows up too much. So what are your plans for the rest of the day?
What do you mean the rest of the day? It's 9:30 evening here.
What are your plans for the evening?
I'm going to try and put the description in another 20 or 30 photos. I'm just waiting for Dustin to say whether it's worth doing or not.
Yeah.
And there was one video it's a podcast I had here so I can lie back with my eyes resting. So I don't sleep long. I usually sleep from about 4, 5 in the morning to about 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I can't do that tomorrow, so I might try and sleep about 1 o'clock, which won't happen because when you want to sleep, that's
Yeah.
can't.
I know that feeling. Okay. I'm almost done now. At least with these. You can see all the pies there. And yeah, so I'm now just going to get these last 3 out and then just work on getting a couple more pledge nodes out, maybe to Durban in South Africa and some rural regions, and then just take some time out.
Yeah, I mean the project. I mean, I don't think when you started this, you planned to diverge into all these different distros and flavors. And
Yeah.
you've covered a lot of ground. You've spread yourself right across the board. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have a look for a link for that.
Yeah, just mute your microphone because we're getting quite a lot of noise when you're not talking. Just mute it. Okay, so I've got 246 here, and I've still got some more cases, and most of these are going to be pledge nodes. If that's, we're seeing some dirt on some of the plastic from the factory. I think it gets a little bit. That's okay. Bit of a perfectionist. That's kind of why it takes so long to build these things. It's those 6. I'm going to eject that on a memory stick. So it's that one there. And so that's now the 3 that I think are remaining. Now, for the ones that are going out pledged, I've been putting on larger memory sticks. So I've been putting on the 30, you won't be able to see this probably, but a 32 gigabyte memory stick. That's how big I'm doing the pledged ones, just gives them a bit more space. And I just took advantage, there was a special offer on, so I just bought them. And so if they want to do any hosting on IPFS or experimenting with stuff, they've got a little bit more freedom. Okay, that's another one burning. I'm just going to clean this node. Looking good. Okay. Twos. Okay, the other one is being stress tested at the moment, looks good. I've got two more to case, so it'll be eight full nodes in total. And that's 3 that are going out to commercial buyers, and then about 4, I think, 5 I've got to do the remaining pledged ones. But as I say, that's kind of a moving, evolving situation, because I have to make sure that I have a rapport and relationship with the people I'm sending them to, so that they go to a good home. We've already sent them out to India, Brazil as well. Barcelos got his. He's about to buy a new memory card for his so that he can upgrade to the latest operating system. The Philippines today, Delhi. One has arrived at the airport at Delhi and should be with Sam very shortly. And obviously we've got 2 in Botswana, which are currently not connected because Alakanani is in the middle of moving. Hello.
Yeah, where's she moving to?
Well, she doesn't know yet. She's doing some work on financing and trying to sort out a place. It won't be as big as the one before, which is a shame because she'd done a lot of work to kind of tidy it all up and everything, but it just wasn't really working out. And she wants to do it independently. She doesn't want, you know, sort of some big commercial business to come in and barge their way through. So I suggested she turns it into office space, you know, where people can work and rent hot desking, you know, that kind of thing. Which
that's what that pun space looked like.
Right.
Yeah, I'll maybe send her a link to that.
Yeah.
For that, and I took some pictures of the place. It's a fantastic idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Is my microphone still buzzing?
yeah, it is. Yeah.
I changed it to.
We're kind of known for that. We're kind of known for that on the network. The buzzy microphones. It's very punk. But also apparently in the new version of Bitcoin 12.1, apparently the activate best chain has been reduced. This is now no longer a bug, because if you remember, we thought it had been solved in the new version, but then it's not as prevalent, it's not as commonplace as it was before, but that might be because of the improvements in the efficiency of the way it downloads the blocks. I don't think that's because the bug itself was fixed. I haven't noticed it as much on these new nodes, but it is still there. But you just don't end up like waiting a day or whatever for it to resolve itself. So that's good, because that really slowed down production the first time. Okay, so this is the penultimate one, and then I've got to disconnect the one that's being stress tested and box that one. And then each and every node is signed. I sign the serial number of the CPU, and I put a nice little PGP sign message for you on the Pi. Okay. Sometimes these screws can be really annoying. Okay, so that's those where they are. So I've just got one more to do now. The memory card is now finished. So I'm just going to check that. And so now I have to shut down. Just going to put these there. I'm just going to stop Bitcoin from running. You can see that there. So now I'm going to stop, and it's a good idea to wait for Bitcoin to actually terminate, because it does take 15 seconds or so for the app to actually shut down. You can use the top command, TOP, see what is running like a task manager, and then sudo halt is the best way to shut down your Pi when you're using Bitcoin. That is now halted, system halted. I will now unplug the node. There it is. Spit out and every item gets numbered so that I can keep a track of everything. case. Which is the okay, so we reuse these jiffy bags to box them up before they go out. It's really useful. Try to recycle everything. So this one looks okay, no scratches, no dents in it. Take out the memory stick, take out the memory card. Let's put this in first. Okay. That's very loud, Ajan. Okay. Hey, mate.
I was going to ask you what happened to that armory. See, they stopped the.
You're very quiet. You're very faint.
I was asking what happened with armory.
Bitcoin Armory?
Yeah, the first one you had to download.
Yeah, well, that's like the advanced one. I mean, it's still going, I think. They even do a version for the Raspberry Pi, actually, I think. There we go. There's the last one. This one already has a memory stick and everything dedicated to it. So I'm just going to screw that in. Slightly. Okay. And then we just put the memory card in there. And I'll get this plugged back in now. Okay. Gonna have to go off camera for a sec. 1 sec. Okay, I've got a problem with the power now. Okay. Right, so now we are running it. It is loading up on the screen. Oh, focus, focus, focus. There we go. So that is now running that. And I will SSH into it so that you can see what that process looks like. Those of you that haven't seen it before. Okay, so we're going to go SSH pi@at fullnode.local. Host name, default password is Raspberry. We go Bitcoin D-daemon. You can check to see what drives are mounted with the command df-h, and you can see that we are mounting the SDA, dev.-SDA, which is the USB memory stick. And it's mounting to home/pi/.bitcoin. Dot means before it means that it's hidden. It's a hidden file folder, but you can still the network's a bit slow. Is that going to work? There we go. Yeah, so that's got all of your chain state, and obviously I delete like all the wallet peers and everything before I send them out, but when I do the stress test. So if you want to see what's running on your full node, you just hit top TOP and you can see Bitcoin D is running right there. And we can do Bitcoin online interface, get info, and it will usually give you an error at the beginning just saying that it's verifying and all of that stuff. Let's just put that in. See if we get the activating best chain error. Also got another 32 gigabyte card to do as well. That's in the images folder. But whether it's just worth me cheating and copying it out of. Okay, that's writing another 32 gigabyte drive. Still verifying blocks. So yeah, we could be here for a little while waiting for that. The other thing I've got to do on my to-do list is the Raspberry Pi Zero, which I've got to get. I've got to install the new version of Raspberry and Jessie Lite. Sorry, Raspberry and Jessie Lite. And that's going to go on this little fella here, tiny little Raspberry Pi. And somebody very kindly lent me an Ethernet adapter for it, so I'll be able to SSH into it. But this is the Raspberry Pi Zero right here. It's going to autofocus onto that. There we go. Look at that thing of beauty. And it's got on it 128GB SD card, which is enough for the blockchain. So a tiny little full node like that. So yeah, I've got to do that today. Lots of things to do, and then tomorrow post out the last 3 that you've seen me make here, and then slowly but surely get the pledge nodes out. If you think you're eligible for a full node, you can tweet me at Mr. Chris Ellis. You can also email us at fullnode at ProTip.is as well to get in touch, and we can invite you to the Slack channel. There we go. Great. So we didn't get the activated best chain, or if we did, it wasn't noticeable. So that's good. This is the old version, not the new version of Bitcoin as well. So that's looking good. What block height are we on right now? We are on 7,113. Okay, 7,116. So this is actually ahead of blockchain.info. Let's go to block cipher. Block Explorer. Block Cipher's Block Explorer is quite good, actually. They're the guys that we use for ProTip. Use their API. 17, yeah, okay. Okay, that's great. So that's perfect. So yeah, just blockchain.info hadn't updated. Block Cipher is giving us some reliable information there. So this full node is now up to date. And it's been on for at least 15, 16 hours. I set it going last night. So now, yeah, I'm just going to start installing the rest of them. And ready for posting. Need to label some things up. So let's get with jiffy bags. Put those in the box. And then also I label any kind of duff components as well. So this fans are noisy. I'm going to put noisy sticker on it. And then I need to, the other thing I need to do is, so going to do a certificate for this full node. I just need to work out where I put my certificates. They are in, so this will be node 51. Thought I'd made more than that. I'm up to node 51 now. So yeah, it'll be 60 nodes in total, in which case by the time we've finished with this batch, because that's 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 58 plus the Raspberry Pi 3, which is my one, which could end up being the next one. So yeah, almost 60. And okay. So we're just going to show you what that looks like, which is creating this PC info echo. Just means prints it out to this file, and that's basically what it looks like in a text document. And then you can see at the bottom you get the serial number there. And then what I'm going to do, because I don't have the keys on that computer, is I need to take it into the certs folder. So I need to find out what the IP address is. So config, and it's 119. It's 51. Text document already where I have all this stuff prepared, so I have to type it out each time. Probably could just do this with the scripts, but I don't know, it's a bit lazy. And what I do is open that up on my PC, which you can't see at the moment. I want you to see my PGP configuration. I sign it with my PGP key. And then when I come back to the Pi over here, RM, that means remove that file. And then I'm just going to create that file again. And I'm just going to copy and paste the PGP signature in there like that. You see that's now got the serial and it's signed with my key, and you can check that on Keybase. Save that. Again, you see it from the top. That's your little certificate. It says thank you. This is unit number 51. This is the processor. This is all the configuration. So that's that unit done. And then normally, little tools secrets of the trade. Normally remove the .bash history file, which contains all of the previous things that I've done in the terminal. So I remove that. Before I kind of finish it, also, I think there's a log file that I need to get rid of. Yeah, I need to remove the log file in Station because I tested that out as well. I've left a little log there. I get rid of that. And then you've got README, you've got all of this stuff. Now, what am I running here? Yeah, I'm running Bitcoin. So I'm going to go Bitcoin stop. And whilst it's doing that, I need to eject this. That's the other 32 gigabyte one. And that's stopped. And then I want to go into our Bitcoin folder. Looks like my network's a bit slow. I'm just running off like some cheap, nasty BT router. And then I'm going to just delete a whole bunch of these files. So 1 second, let's find another 32 gig. I'm just going to put another 32 gigabyte one. Okay. Writing another 32 gigabyte version of the operating system. Yeah, so I'm just going to go rm dot cookie db log debug the estimate is wallet, hasn't got any money in there, block Bitcoin config Bitcoin d dot. Okay.
Where are you getting all this list from, Chris?
Oh, I got rid of, oh, damn it. I got rid of the config. Oh, from the list. I just wasn't thinking. I was too busy talking and I wasn't busy thinking. I just deleted the config file. So I need to go get that back. Actually, it'd be an opportunity for me to show you where it is as well. Actually, why don't we just take advantage and turn it into a good thing. So I am going to go to fullnode.protip.is and go to setup guides. You can see a little table of contents, and you want Bitcoin configuration file here. And so in my terminal, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste all of this. So hold down the Shift key, click at the very end of the line, copy that to the clipboard. And then I'm going to go to my terminal. And I'm going to go nano, which is the text editor, bitcoin.conf. I'm just going to Control V or Command V into there, and that pastes all of the settings. And I've taken quite some time to give you as much annotation. This stuff is already there, but then there's lots of annotation there about running a test net. It all comes as standard on the operating system. The RPC stuff, if you need that. If you want to store the data directory in somewhere that isn't .bitcoin, for example. Max connections, we've set that to 40, which was recommended. Sometimes you can set it lower. A relay fee, so you don't get you're not relaying too much spam. You can also do the blocks only. I don't recommend it because it's not perfect for not great for the network. But if you want to reduce your bandwidth, you can do blocks only, which means it'll only propagate blocks across the network. It won't do all the individual transactions and validations. And yeah, UPnP and Listen1 are enabled. I've noticed that the new version, I'm just going to quit this now, Control X, and then hit Y for yes, and then hit return. ls-LA, the -LA shows you all the hidden files. Okay, we're looking good just there. And then the other thing I want to do is do sudo nano etc folder rc.local. And then we've got two scripts. So you've got one that just starts Bitcoin on startup, and then you've got one that has a restarter. So this is the Bitcoin restarter. We won't comment that line. What it means is that if it notices Bitcoin has crashed, it will just restart Bitcoin for you. And yeah, so that's good. And all the documentation is on the GitHub if you want to tweak anything, you want it to restart more frequently, or you want it to maybe wait a few minutes so that you've got some extra time when you boot up the Raspberry Pi on start. So yeah, I noticed that the new version of Bitcoin is just better at working with the UPnP. So traditionally I'd found it really difficult to get more than one Pi to connect via UPnP. I had to keep on doing, DMZ, actually keep telling the router to make an exception for a whole device rather than being able to punch through on a particular port. And so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if the new version gets through. So now I've got a message from Sam here about the Fullnode. Okay, so apparently he's having some trouble with the customs. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to work with Sam on that, make sure that he's able to get his Fullnode. That one is ready to go. It's got a certificate on it. I've set up the auto start. Everything has been cleared. And then the other thing that you do before you shut down, I'm just going to do a quick check, because also the way these come as standard is that I set them up with a memory split for the graphics as 0. That doesn't mean that the graphics won't start up when you go to the StartX if you want to get a nice pretty desktop. It's just that I've optimized these to run in headless mode by default, and you have to disable the headless mode if you want to go into the graphics display, because I wanted to make it plug and play out of the device. The other thing that you need to do is internationalization, change your time zone. I haven't been doing this for people just because it would just add too much time. But if you can't find your city on here, like there was a couple of guys in New Zealand, you've got to go to none of the above and then select GMT plus, if you're in New Zealand, for example, plus 12. So yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't do that for everyone. So yeah, that's all finished. And then yeah, history-C will then, if I try and press the up arrow now, I won't be able to see anything. And yeah, and then I just do sudo halt. And that is now ready to box up. And also that memory card is ready. So now we have our third 32 gigabyte. Let me just check in with Sam. Yeah, apparently he needs to sign for the thing, so he's going to do that tomorrow. Ready to box, so that's been halted. It's going to go into a case. That way. Wants it to go. Some of the cases, they turn up and they're a bit tatty. So I'm just trying to look for a case that isn't tatty. Nice case. This one looks a little bit. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to stress test these three tonight, the last ones to go out commercially, and then tomorrow Dave from Hard BTC and I are going to go to the FedEx place and get these sent off.
Address, is there any countries that you're trying to get nodes into that you don't have any contact with?
Yeah, actually North Korea would be great, but getting anything in and out of North Korea is going to be problematic, I anticipate. I'll just look it up on the FedEx website, see if they ship to North Korea just for the lols. You're very noisy there, I'm not sure. Maybe try coming in on your phone, Ajan, because you're only on audio anyway. I like to stick the number on.
No, you want me to pay for my own?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Jiffy bag. This is unit 51. Oops. Goes in there like that, and then I just need to get an adapter for the microSD card. Shall I use this one here? So that's just an empty adapter. That's just so that you can format the disk if you want to put any upgrades on. Oops, slipped. Goes in like that. And there we have it. There's unit 51, ready for dispatch. Now I've just got to do the same with the rest. Cool. Aha! I can hear the Ajan.
Yeah, just let me get rid of the computer one. Yeah, that's just say I can get free internet at the temple. The data doesn't matter, but on my phone I buy one monthly package for 2.4 gigabyte.
Okay. Well, audio only is not. That's not going to use up too much data. Yeah, audio only is okay. Cool. Okay. So this will be node 52. Which I'm going to do now.
That's quite strange because before we wouldn't let streams on his phone.
I'm still copying the. Copying the blockchain on the other computer, and I need to just make sure I'm ejecting the right disk. 1 sec. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, so I'm going to plug this in. It's going to walk around the other side to plug it all in. Okay. Oh, so I'll plug it into the screen, but it doesn't matter. I'll do it through the SSH. So it's going to try and SSH into this device, see if it comes up. Try again. Okay, let me just go troubleshoot this. Ah, I know what's wrong. It would help if you actually put the memory stick in. Okay, let's try that again. Now, the first thing you have to do when you get your full node is do the Raspberry config, and you need to expand the file system because I've only just installed. You don't have to do this if you buy one off of me, but if you were making it yourself, you would. And then I'm just going to do the memory split down to 0, click OK, click finish, click yes. Because you can't do much when the expand memory, the expand file system thing hasn't been done. You'll basically not be able to do very much at all, so it doesn't have any extra space on the disk. Just gonna wait for it to boot up again. Okay, it seems to be hanging. Okay, yep, I'm getting some errors on the screen to do with the file system, so I might need to try a different. Yeah, it's telling me it's failed. Fail. Okay, I think that's got to do with the memory card I'm using, so I'm just going to switch out the memory card. Let's try a different one. Let's try that again. Just going to tag that with a question mark. Question mark. Put it into this machine and just try and see if I can write to it again. And then repeat the same process. I'm just going to do it locally, though. I'm not going to do it over SSH. Okay, that's done. And okay, so no, not that. Wrong password. And we're just going to get the UUID number and then go into here, uncomment this line. Yeah, file system table. So that's 0. Reboot. So now it should mount the blockchain data when it boots up. And you can see there that Bitcoin folder is booting. So now when I go Bitcoin D-daemon top.
I could see if I was on the laptop. It's trying to look at that stuff on the phone. It's real small.
Yeah, you can always watch it back again later. So yeah, so there we go. It is now booting up. And Cool. All right, so I'm just going to wait for that to do its thing. It takes a little while the first time you boot it. I'm probably just going to set one other node up. This will be node 53. Just going to get this one ready, and I'll stress test two of them at the same time. I can only really stress test 2 or 3 nodes at the same time because the bandwidth for downloading the blockchain all at the same time, it means I can't do anything else in the interwebs.
What sort of bandwidth do you have over there?
Well, yeah, here not so good. Boat even worse.
I managed to get 10 megabyte download.
Yeah.
After I went to their office.
Right. Yeah.
You know, they said there was nothing they could do in it, and they phoned the helpline. At least now that the ladies on the helpline, they all know me. I just, whenever I dial up, they know who it is. And the same thing, they can only file the report, you know, and I understand that. Once she's done her report thing, but at least they've stopped telling me, can you try switching it off and switching it back? Yeah, I've done that 4 times. That's why I'm.
Yeah.
I've done all the bits, and you know, try to tell them, look, I'm an engineer. I've done the obvious stuff, and I'm not getting an ADSL light. Oh, well, you are at this end. Well, what does that prove? Your side looks good, but there's nothing in the tempo. So she told me, type this out, yeah, and it comes. Oh, yeah, you do have a problem. Of course, I got a problem. That's what. So now I can tell them I've done it, I've checked it, and it's nothing coming down the line. But when it works, it's great. It's just it's intermittent, and that's probably a lot of the problems that Africa will have. If you can connect it, it's good. Well, 15 minutes, and then you've lost it. Get another connection, and for doing streams like connecting up, hangouts and stuff, it's just not very practical. I mean, if I said arrange for you to be online to teach these kids, let's say for an hour, our internet could go off after 10 minutes, and it's not like we've got an option to say, well, let's just switch that one over. So yeah, in the cities and different places, I can always go to friends' houses if I've got something I need to do. Actually, yeah, I've got one case I'm working on at the moment. It's a blacklist. Somebody's been blacklisted in Thailand, but not through anything they've done here in Thailand. And that's something I'd maybe like to chat with Janine about. You know, is a third country interfering in who you let in and out of that country. That's the first for me, and I will look into it, but I'll wait until after I've done my own case that I'm working on before I start rocking the boat. But it seems wrong that okay, if you're in the UK, if the UK could contact Germany and say don't let Chris in, isn't it up to Germany who to let in, or just?
Well, it kind of is anyway, but they're just basically complicit in it.
Yeah, but when you ask for help at an embassy, they always say, we don't interfere in another country's business.
Yeah.
Right? When you want help, when it's your problem, they say, we can't interfere in the justice system. We don't interfere with Thai police. We can't get involved in politics or that. And then suddenly I find out that all the Thais are saying, no, we don't have a problem with this guy coming back, but he's been put on the list from his own country.
Yeah.
Oh, that's, and his own country say that he doesn't have a problem. You know, he doesn't have a problem in his own country. He's on a list, and now the problem's gone. Suddenly, all the lists haven't been updated. So he's he's having a bit of a hard time through no fault of his own, and yeah, it's things like that. If I want to get online and do searches, and yeah, I'll pay for internet. But other than that, I try to work my way around whoever's kind enough to leave their internet.
Yeah. Well, okay, so this is the next one. I've just put in the other memory card. I've realized I've run out of Ethernet cables, so I'm not going to be able to plug it in whilst I'm on air. So I'm going to wrap up now. It's been a 2-hour show. It's not too bad. And we'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. And Ajan, it'd be good to get you back and have the novices as well, if you can get a reliable internet connection. And yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, get a microphone. Well, it sounds like you need a different laptop, not a microphone.
Yeah,
but
use the Ajan's for the show.
yeah,
He's got a nice computer. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to be testing out Unit 53, Unit 52, and then Unit 54 later on, and then FedExing everything out tomorrow, so that you lovely people can get all your full nodes up and running. And so, yeah, thanks very much for joining in. Headache's getting a bit oppressive now, so I just want to take a lie down whilst I'm stress testing these. And then I will see you next time. You can follow us at WorldCryptoNet, and you can follow me at Mr. Chris Ellis. All the links to all the stuff that we've been talking about are in the description below, and you can have your say in the comments, where they're very welcome. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.